guys, welcome to the channel. So today we're starting on the brake lines. So I already got the air box out and I went ahead and disconnected the lines. There's 3 lines. You got 2 up front and you got 1 main line runs to the back. So I'm starting with the driver's side front. So I went ahead and disconnected that line. Right here is the old line. So here's the new brake line, and I'm just going to kind of straighten this out a little bit and cut a piece off the new line. I'm going to make it just a little bit longer, just make it a little bit easier to get to. So I pulled the brake line off with a line wrench. I recommend using these, gets a little bit better grip. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, we'll get the double flaring kit out. I'll put it in the vise here just to make it a little bit easier. And you're going to get this tool right here, and you're going to get this little adapter right here. The kit should have different sizes. This is 3/16, so you're going to get the 3/16 adapter. So the first thing we're going to do, make sure you don't forget your flare nut. We're going to put this in here, and we're going to have this piece right here sticking up just a little bit. Make sure you use the end that's got that little groove in it, and you're going to want the brake line to stick up just a little bit. Best thing to do is have it just sticking up the length of that little groove right there, that first one. So right there is what I'm talking about. Have it stick up just the length of that first little groove right there. Okay, now you're going to take your adapter and you're going to use that end right there, and you're just going to slide that on there. Now you're going to take this tool and you're going to line this up till it's completely flat. Just want to center it up, and we'll tighten this down just until it's flush. You don't want to tighten it down too much. So you can see that's sitting flush against it. Now we'll loosen it up. Then we'll take this adapter off. So now we made our first flare. Now we're going to put this piece back on without the adapter and tighten it down. Now if that's lined up, we'll begin tightening it down. Alright, after that you can go ahead and loosen this up. So as you can see right there is our double flare. There's our flare nut. As you can see, it's pushed up against it pretty good. So that's what you want to look for right there. So that should be a pretty good flare. Okay, so now we'll install our caliper and our extended brake lines. So I bought these extended brake lines here. It's the stainless steel braided lines. Heard some good things about them. And since this Jeep's lifted, we need the extended brake lines. So I bought these new calipers here. I'm going to reuse the brake pads and they're pretty good shape. Okay, so we got the brake line installed on the caliper. We'll go ahead and remount the caliper. And I'll go ahead and pull this old brake line off. And it comes with the new brackets, and we'll install those. So now we got the new caliper on and got the new bracket on. So now we'll slide the new braided line up in there, and you got this little clip right here to lock it on. Now we can take our new piece of brake line and we can go ahead and install it right here. Then I'll run it up through there and connect it where the main lines connect. So I got the new line in there, and I'm going to go ahead and tighten this flare nut up. Then we'll come up here and we'll install it on this piece right here. Okay, so the front is now complete, and I just ran the main line to the back where it meets the rear axle. Okay, so as you can see, I already got the new line ran to the back here. I'm getting ready to replace that piece right there on the axle. So I've got the extended rear rough country braided brake line. We got the new extended brake line on the slot right here. Then we got this little clip to lock it in place. Then we'll go ahead and tighten up the new line. So now we can do the rear. So we can go ahead and disconnect the old line right here. And I'm going to replace all the brake shoes and the wheel cylinder, all those parts in there, springs. I'm going to replace all that. So I'm going to go ahead and take this stuff apart, and then I'll work on making the new lines. So now we got our new brake shoes on and all the hardware. Now we'll connect our rear extended brake line. So we got this piece right here. You're going to install right here on the axle. I already removed the old one. This right here is what screws it down. So I'm going to go ahead and run the brake lines and go ahead and screw them in this. Then we'll tighten everything down. So it's a few days later and I got all the brakes complete. Got everything bled, and the brakes work real good now. Drove the Jeep up and down the road a little bit just to test it. Brakes are doing really good. So I actually went ahead and done the first test off-roading, and Jeep done really good. So I'll get a video of that real soon. Alright guys, hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more.